I've had this story on my mind for quite a while. It's been something that I've been thinking about editing for quite some time. Something that happened a long time ago and taught me a very valuable lesson about the ocean. It's probably the most powerful story that I have, and probably also the scariest thing that I've ever experienced in my entire life. And just even thinking about it gives me chills. But you know, I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I would come down here and go fishing. I didn't even spearfish yet at that time. And I would come down for like a month at a time, and I would like rent a house in the Keys, and I would just fish my heart out. And then I would come back to Atlanta and I would just edit, all just reliving all these beautiful moments down on the ocean. But there's one thing that really happened that really stands out among all the other stories that I've had in all the other videos. And without telling you exactly what happened right off the bat, let me just start by saying that I met a girl named Lucy. Now Lucy and I hit it off, and we threw the idea around about going down to Florida, and immediately she was game, and I said, all right, let's go. So it was springtime, it was perfect time. I had just learned how to catch blackfin tuna, and we were going to go down there, rent a house in Isla Mirada, and catch blackfin tuna. And I also invited my best friend and Vice President Justin McGarty, who's an old-time fishing buddy of mine. We used to fish in the river and the lakes together up in Georgia, and he moved out to Idaho. And we went out to Isla Mirada and started fishing for tuna. And I was pretty confident that we were going to tear into them real quick. And the days just went by. Us just not catching tuna. Catching bonita, catching sharks. Whoa! Oh, you didn't chase my shark!
Shit, man!
Everything except for the blackfin tuna that I had learned how to catch in Boca Raton.
I think I got sharked.
I think we got sharked again, dude. And 2 weeks went by. And we still hadn't caught a tuna. And it was just this one morning that I just couldn't sleep that night. One morning I just woke up and I was just pissed. You know, I was gonna catch a tuna today. And I got up and I started loading the boat, and I was just dead set. I mean, I probably took a energy drink and was just jacked up, just getting everything ready. And Lucy was like, do you even want me to go? And I was like, what? Yeah. you can come, but we're going to catch tuna. Like, I'm not messing around. This is not gonna be a joyride. I feel like I've been messing around. This is a mission. But I was just like dead set. And so we go out there. We had just caught a bunch of goggle eyes and had them in a pen, you know, sitting out in the ocean there. Pulled the pin up, and a lot of them died for some reason. I think because I had too many in the live well when I was catching them. And I just threw them in the back of the boat, and I threw a bunch of liveys in the live well, and we were just rolling out. I mean, I was just intense. Like, the energy that I had was just like, it was kind of a negative energy, honestly. I got a lot of line out. One of the most valuable things that I've learned over time is that water contains energy and it transmits energy. And the ocean is the biggest body of water we have. And it will give you back the energy that you project to it. And it's interesting because in fishing, you know, I used to get all jacked up on caffeine, energy drinks, and I'd go out and try and catch some fish. And if I lost a fish, I'd be yelling and pissed. If I caught a fish, I'd be yelling and happy, you know, it was just a totally different ball game. And now that I'm into spearfishing and freediving, it's the opposite. You want to relax, you want to calm down, you just really want to become one with the ocean. And, you know, so now I'm doing both, fishing and freedive spearfishing. It's kind of, you got to balance the two. So I was projecting some negative energy out there. And I was just intense. I put all my baits out, had the sea anchor out, laid out all my baits, just started cutting up dead goggle eyes and chunking them out, and just like intense, you know, just going all out. And wouldn't you know, I had a fish on. Boom. But unfortunately it got off. Another fish on. Boom. Didn't know what it was. Got off. Boom. Another fish on. And I got my freaking blackfin tuna finally. And I was just so happy, but yet just so like, I just felt like I had finally conquered Mother Ocean, and I just let that fish have it. Just, you know, just immature, just not thankful. I would never do that anymore. You know, that was a young me, that was an inexperienced me, that was, I look back on that, you know, you gotta learn things the hard way sometimes. And I learned the hard way that you can't be like that. So I was victorious, you know, and then boom, I caught another blackfin, and I was like the hero. I felt so great. It's amazing. Actually, Justin didn't go on that trip that day. He had some work to do for the company and stayed behind. And after that, I just said, let's wrap it up, because I was tired. I didn't sleep that night. Came back, we had a big feast, cleaned the fish. It was just like, finally we had victory. Finally I dialed it in and figured it out. You know, the next day we decided to go out real super early to get more bait, get more goggle eyes. Now goggle eyes is a fish that you have to go out, you have to catch in the middle of the night, you know, after the sun is set and before the moon is risen, so that it's totally dark out, totally pitch black. And you use these big rods with sabikis, and you're you know, kind of luring them up. And so it was 4 a.m. that we were out there, the window of opportunity we had. And it was 4-foot seas. You know, this 23-foot boat, those are pretty big waves for a boat like that. But we didn't care. We were only there for a month and a half. So we were going to take every opportunity that we had, and we were stoked for the tuna we had already caught. So we're out there, we're heading out, we're driving, and I got my dog, got my best friend, got my girl, got my boat, got my life. And I start to smell something. It's like, man, it's weird. You smell that? And I said to Justin, I said, you smell that, man? It must be like a container ship out here burning or something, you know? It's weird. And I'm driving, riding, and the smell gets worse and worse. And I'm like thinking to myself, what is that smell? And then it occurs to me, could that be our boat?